A catastrophic fertilizer spill is leaving experts to figure out what the lasting effects will be along a river near Red Oak, Iowa. In this 6 on Your Side investigation, our Bella Caracta reports what we know about the environmental impacts on the water, wildlife, and surrounding area.
For 50 miles, fertilizer traveled along this river in Iowa and down to the state of Missouri.
Everybody wants good water quality. We all have to drink water. We all recreate in water.
That desire became soiled last Monday when a new cooperative valve was left open overnight, spilling 1,500 tons of liquid nitrogen fertilizer into the Nishnabotna River.
Probably the longest fish kill that we've experienced in this area.
As the fertilizer plume swept through the water, the home of aquatic wildlife soon became their grave.
Just acute toxicity and basically burned tissue on the outside, and if they ingest it on the inside of the fish.
Water testing showed that where the spill happened and downstream, nitrogen levels were at least 60 times higher than they should have been. Surveyors say they didn't see any live fish, with one exception.
We saw a handful of grass carp at the Hamburg Bridge that were in the process of dying.
Now, Brent Martins, an environmental specialist for DNR, is doing follow-up testing. In Red Oak, the nitrogen levels are back to what they would have been before the spill. He says it's likely once the plume hits the Missouri River, it would dilute and dissolve. On Your Side in Red Oak, Bella Caracta, 6 News.
The field specialist reports will go to the legal division of the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, and from there they'll determine the next steps and possible fines.